Today on the bench is a Kenwood KA 405 integrated amplifier. This one I had started working on. It was one I bought for parts. You know, parts are not working off of eBay. And these are pretty popular in the shops around here. You can typically get them at a good price and they're pretty easy to work on. So I really don't remember what I've done to this. I think I changed the blue LEDs or the meter lights to blue LEDs. But I'm going to go ahead and just fire this up, and we're going to do just like this was a piece that came in off the street, because for the life of me I don't really remember exactly where we're at on this. So I'm not sure if I clean the pots or if I have DC on the speaker outs or what the case is. So it's on my dim bulb tester. Okay, so that's on. The blue, man, on the camera looks really gaudy, but it actually looks pretty it looks pretty nice here. So first thing I'm going to do is just check for DC on the speaker terminals. Make sure there's nothing funky going on there. So I got, yeah. Oops, that channel's good. And I got basically no DC on the left channel and nothing on the right channel. So DC offset is good. I'm so popular today. Popular because I started shooting my video. Second I do that is when people want to start texting me. And what I am going to do is connect these speakers up. And this also needs to be cleaned cosmetically. It's kind of dirty. So again, this has probably been sitting in here for 2 months or so. I try to keep at least one of these in each shop because, again, they are pretty popular. So I'm going to go through auxiliary first. Trying to figure out, okay, right, left. Sorry, I know this is not very compelling. Not very interesting watching me fumble through this. Just test for sound real quick. Right, so volume down, volume on, or volume down, power on. Speaker A, it's on auxiliary. Let me play some music through here. Not getting any sound. Oh, there it is. Okay. Okay, that sounds good on both channels. Now that's flat. So it sounded all right. Let's adjust the treble and the bass a little bit. Oh, got some scratchiness in the treble. Not so much in the bass, so treble needs to be cleaned. Let's see. Okay, and the power amp switch needs to be cleaned. So I'm thinking just probably, seems to me just the pots need to be cleaned on this one. Have to see if there is a whoops, that was not smart. I need to see if there are DC offset and or bias instructions in the service manual. Let's go to phono. Make sure I'm getting sound on phono. Okay. Sound on phono. Let's see how long that took to come out of protection. 1,000, 2,000. Okay. Seemed like it took a little bit longer last time, so I'm going to have to keep an eye on that. So anyway, what I'm going to do now is disconnect that from power, open the top up, and reposition the camera and get to cleaning those pots. Now I remember this one. I remember when I got this, it has this white funky film all over everything, and I have no idea what it is, but it will not, it'll come off, but you've got to like scrape it. So I'm going to try to take some of this off, but I'm not going to go crazy on it because yeah, that would be way too time consuming. Like a toothbrush won't even pop that off. You've got to actually scrape it. This is a plastic scraper. Yeah, I don't know what it is. It's weird. Whatever it is. It's like it's almost like concrete. I mean, it's not concrete, but that's kind of the consistency. It's real dry and brittle. So anyway, yeah, I don't know if I'm going to try to do anything with this because see how it's kind of coming off as a powder. Makes you wonder what somebody maybe spilled in here or what would cause that. That's kind of weird. So it's on the transformer on the side. It's almost kind of like droplets. So I'm wondering if somebody spilled something in here. Well, I'm going to speed through this and then speed through cleaning the pots and getting this thing ready. So on to cleaning this thing up. All right, so I'm going to give that just a minute to allow the fader loop to start drying. But what I want to show you is how I change the LEDs on these when I do. And most of the time these come to me with bad lamps. They're super simple. So you'll notice on the back of the VU meters there are these two black clips that hold the lamps into position. Now, as you can guess, after 40 years or 35 years, these are real brittle, so you've got to be careful when you apply pressure to them. But basically you pull those apart and this lamp will slide out. I mean the meter will slide out. Usually. There we go. All right, so kind of pull those apart a little bit. This slides out. And there's tape that will hold this together, right? So let's see, because I always retape them when I'm done. So this has already been retaped. What if I cut that one? Oh, I taped it up here. Trying to find if I can remove the tape or if I have to cut something. Because I usually have to cut their tape and then I use clear, like packing tape, some pretty heavy tape to kind of reseal it. All right, so you remove whatever tape there is. It's usually on the sides, and then you flip it up like so. And there you see the lamp. Right, so this is a blue LED meter. They come like, and let me just grab So I'm looking for my LED fuse lamps. I don't know if I have one with the wire attached or not. I think I may have used my last one. Huh. Oh, here's one. All right. So here's how they come. Now these are warm white, but they come like this, right? And you have the old lamp in here. Now the old lamp is not a standard size fuse lamp. So when you pull that one out, you just can't pop one in there. So I take these, and what I do is I wrap them around the clamps, or the whatever these are, the kind of the fuse holders, the fuse clamps. I wrap the wire around it once, and then I tack it in place with some solder. Right, so this goes in here. I usually I don't position the light straight up. I usually position it at a little bit of an angle because it gives it a little bit of a softer kind of glow. Right, and so you tack that in there with just a little bit of solder to hold it in place. Right, seal it again with your tape, and then you just pop it back into position, like so. Right, and it snaps into place pretty easily. Just make sure you get it aligned correctly. Make sure both of these are locked, and then it snaps, and you're good. So changing the lamps on these is actually pretty easy. Right, so that lamp has been changed. Alright, so I need to connect my phone again. I'm going to go off screen because I need to listen to this for a minute. So what I will do is I will test this and then come back and let you know what I found. And I'll also come back with DC offset or bias adjustments, but I'm pretty sure on this one you cannot adjust the DC offset or the bias, or there are no instructions for doing it. So let me test this out, and then I'll come back and let you know what I find. All right, it is good. So cleaning I had to go back in and clean the treble pot. Tried to get that one really good, but it got rid of the static. There are no adjustment procedures other than for the VU meters. So no power amp adjustments, no bias, offset, anything like that. So really not much more I can do to this other than clean it up. So I think that's what I'm going to do. This was a quick one, but again, this was I started working on this before I even thought about throwing stuff on YouTube, so there was a little bit of work done beforehand. Again, if you are thinking about changing the meter lamps on these, really simple to do. If you have a soldering iron, get the right bulbs with those little tiny pieces of wire on them, and you can swap them out in about probably 15 minutes if you're careful. So I'm gonna consider this one done. I'm going to finish cleaning it up once I get the case back on and get this ready for one of the shops. So as always, if you like what you see, hit like or subscribe, I should say, and I'll catch you in the next video.